gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fans, thanks for tuning in to Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs Baseball. I'm Pete Pagliaro, bringing you all the action here tonight. It is the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs against the Boonville Lumberjacks in a perfect game collegiate baseball league matchup. First, we'll have the starting lineups for the visitors. The third baseman is number 5, Andy Perez. At shortstop is number 2, Angel Santiago. The left fielder is number 10, Chase Triplett. First baseman is number 35, Carter McKay. Tonight's DH, number 34, Jeremiah McLemore. The extra hitter is number 31, Erwin Kawasa. The catcher is number 25, Connor Larson. Second baseman is number 9, Miguel Gonzalez. In right field for the Lumberjacks is number 3, Sebastian Burgos. In center field is number 14, Devin Moran. The Lumberjacks are coached by Jay Gonzalez and Colton Sampson on the mound tonight for the Lumberjacks. For the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs, it'll be Ethan Hughes in right field, wearing number 24. Number 12 in center field is Jaden Ross. The second baseman is number 8, Tyler Jones. The DH is number 28, newcomer Thomas Moss. The shortstop is number 34, John Ramsey. First baseman is number 23, Brendan Hawk. In left field is number 3, John Calabrese. Nico Cerise is catching tonight, number 5. And at third base is number 27, Justin Hurd. DiamondDawgs will bring Andrew Gendy to the mound tonight. And the Dogs 19-15-1, good for third place in the league. Meanwhile, Boonville 17-15-1. They have lost their last 5 straight. So, last few warm-up tosses by Gendy. We are almost ready to throw out the first pitch here tonight. So Gendy taking his final couple warm-ups here. It's the battle of third and fourth place. Dogs 1 game up on Boonville.
Leading off the game for the Boonville Lumberjacks is the third baseman, number 5 from Pitt University, Andy Perez.
So Andy Perez will start things off here for the Lumberjacks. And he will await the first pitch from Andrew Gendy. So Andrew Gendy on the mound. He's 2-1, a 3.43 ERA, in the first pitch on its way, and it is ball 1 to Andy Perez. 1 ball, no strikes to Perez. Perez hitting 333, with 4 home runs. And that one misses for ball 2. The count now 2-0. So Andy Perez, Angel Santiago, and Chase Triplett all due up here in the top of the first inning. There's the pitch, and that one also misses for a ball 3. And quickly the count now 3-0. So Perez ahead in the count here, with Gendy looking for a strike here with a 3-0 pitch. And Gendy puts it down in the middle for a call. Strike 1 on the count, 3-1. So a little bit of breeze blowing here tonight from right to left. Nice evening for a ball game here in Little Falls. That one's fouled off in the count now 3-2. So Gendy battles all the way back. And now Perez facing a full count here, 3-2. Gendy winds and delivers. And that ball gets through the third baseman. And that's going to head down to left field for a double to start things off here for Andy Perez.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, the shortstop number 2 from Marshall University, Angel Santiago.
So Angel Santiago now the batter. He is the shortstop number 2 here for Boonville. Santiago in the box, ready to go. Runner on second base, top of the first. And nobody out. Second batter of the ball game here for Gendy. Gendy looks at that runner at second, delivers the pitch. And down the middle, called strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike. So one more home game left here at Vets Park after tonight. That'll be next Thursday. And then the Dogs are on the road for the remainder of the season. 0-1. Gendy takes a couple looks at the runner at second and delivers the pitch and is hit foul down the first base line. And the count 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes here. So big day in the Mohawk Valley tomorrow, not just for baseball, for basketball, as the Herkimer OGs will face off in the TBT tournament out in Syracuse. So good luck to them. They play Bayheim's Army. And as you may or may not know, Herkimer OGs, they are a ABA team out of Herkimer. And they are looking for the big upset. They are the 8th seed, looking to upset the 1 seed. And back throws Gendy to first base. Runner gets back quickly, the count 1-2. So good exposure for the Herkimer OGs. We wish them luck. A 1-2 out of the count to Santiago. Gendy winds and delivers. Down the middle, calls strike 3, and Santiago goes down looking for the first out of the ball game.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, the left fielder number 10 from Seminole State College, Chase Triplett.
So Chase Triplett, the left fielder. Now the batter for Boonville. Left-handed batter is Triplett. Triplett leading the Boonville Lumberjacks in batting average, .397. He's got 2 home runs on the year. Here's the pitch, and runner takes off. Here's the throw, and not in time, stolen base. So runner now in scoring position at third base. That is Andy Perez. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that is popped foul down the left field line. And the count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on third here for Boonville. No score thus far here in the top of the first. Coming to you from Vets Memorial Park in Little Falls, New York. And there's a big swing and a miss, and down goes Triplett for out number 2.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, first baseman number 35.
So Carter McKay, the first baseman, another left-handed batter, is going to come to the plate now for Boonville.
Please go see Jack behind the first base dugout.
Well, McKay at the plate. Well, the runner on third with 2 outs. And that curveball curves its way in for strike 1. The count 0-1 to McKay. Okay, again, left-handed batter, first baseman for the Lumberjacks. 0-1 pitch now on its way from Gendy. Gendy curveball misses and it stops right in front of the catcher for the Dogs, Nico Cerise. And Cerise keeps that ball in front of him, keeps the runner at third base. 1-1 now the count to McKay. Again, wind blowing right to left, sometimes blowing out depending on the breeze. And down the middle, called strike 2. And the count now 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs here for Andrew Gendy. He's going to wind and deliver to Carter McKay. And there is called strike 3 as he swings and misses. And that does it for the inning. So 3 strikeouts for Andrew Gendy in this inning to end the inning, no score. Back after this.
All right, DiamondDawgs fans, it's time with naked splash.
We know pools. Garrity Pools and Spa are the experts in building and creating backyard memories for thousands of families. Garrity takes pride in offering only the highest quality in-ground Pacific pool and radiant above-ground pools that are built for upstate New York weather. Garrity offers only the best with BioGuard chemicals to keep your pool sparkling clean. Visit the professionals at Garrity Pools and Spa, 234 South Caroline Street, Herkimer, or GarrityPools.com.
And welcome back, fans, for the bottom of the first inning. And it is scoreless here after the first half of the first inning. Lumberjacks unable to score. They pick up one hit, no runs. And the Dawgs now will come to the plate. And they will face Colton Sampson. Well, Colton Sampson, the pitcher on the mound for Boonville. Sampson, 7.71 ERA. He's 0-1 on the year. And Ethan Hughes will lead things off here for the Dawgs. So it'll be Ethan Hughes, Jaden Ross, and Tyler Jones. And for Hughes, he is hitting .248 on the year. He's got one home run. Well, Sampson set. He'll wind and deliver, and that is ball one to Hughes in the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Left-hander is Sampson facing the righty in Ethan Hughes. 1-0 pitch now on its way to Hughes. And big swing and a miss there by Ethan Hughes. The count now 1-1. So a ball and a strike. Hughes playing right field tonight for the Dawgs. 1-1 count. Here's the windup and the pitch. And another swing and a miss for Hughes. The count now 1-2. So one ball and two strikes. So Sampson shakes one off from his catcher. Now he agrees on the pitch. He's going to deliver on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that one misses for ball two, and the count even at 2-2. Well, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fantastic evening here tonight. Sunny day. A little bit of breeze in the background. Feels good. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. And that misses down low in the call. Count now 3-2. So Jaden Ross awaits on deck after Ethan Hughes. After him, it'll be Tyler Jones. 3-2 pitch now from Sampson. It is on its way. And there's a swing and a miss. And down goes Hughes for out number 1 of the inning.
Now batting for your Dawgs, the center fielder number 12 from Flagler College, Jaden Ross.
So Jaden Ross now the batter for the Dawgs. Ross, another right-handed batter. And Ross is tonight's center fielder for Mohawk Valley. And he'll step into the box to face Colton Sampson with 1 out and nobody on. Sampson sets now, winds and delivers, and misses outside for ball 1. A 1-0 count to Ross. One 0 pitch. Here it comes. And that is fouled off, and the count now 1-1. That's fouled off right here behind the fence. Down the first base line, the count remains 1-1 as the umpire is going to go retrieve the ball that bounced back. Takes a look at it. He's going to inspect it and put it back in his pouch. 1-1 now. And that is fouled off in the count now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jaden Ross. Ross steps out momentarily as everybody settles back in with Sampson on the rubber and Jaden Ross at the plate. 1-2 the count with 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first, no score. And that's fouled off down the first base line by Ross. And the count remains 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out now. Ross awaits the pitch and takes one high. And the count now full, or I'm sorry, count even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Jaden Ross, the center fielder. And Ross swings and misses and strikes out for out number 2. So both Ross and Hughes go down swinging, and that'll bring up Tyler Jones. So Tyler Jones hitting .395 for the Dawgs, 2 home runs. Jones, a right-handed batter for the Dawgs. He's the second baseman here tonight. First pitch to Jones. Call, strike 1, the count 0-1. No balls and a strike. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that was high in the curveball. It kind of curved away from him. And the count 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes here to Jones. As Sampson looking to go 1-2-3 on the strikeouts here. 0-2. Here's the windup, the pitch. And he does as he strikes out Jones in a 1-2-3 inning as all batters go down swinging. That'll end the first inning. The score remains 0-0. Back after this.
At GPO, we understand every member's journey is unique. That's why our employees take the time to listen, understand, and deliver personalized solutions that fit your life. From budgeting to borrowing, we're with you every step of the way. Your journey, our commitment. GPO Federal Credit Union, committed to excellence.
And we're back, top of the second inning. Just getting started with the Boonville Lumberjacks coming to the plate. And that'll be the DH, number 34, Jeremiah McLemore. So here's McLemore at the plate, ready to go to face Andrew Gendy. Gendy looks in, And he's going to wind and deliver. And first pitch called. Strike one on the count, 0-1 to McLemore. Gandy again ready to go. Works pretty fast here. Looks in. Shakes off a few pitches, and I guess not so fast. He's going to take his time. And that one in the dirt. Stopped by Nico Cerise in the count, 1-1. A 1-1 strike here to McLemore. Gandy winds, delivers, swing and a miss. 4 strike 2 in the count, 1-2. A 1-2 strikes. As Gandy prepares to deliver on the 1-2, here it is, and that is popped foul. And the count remains 1-2 strikes. So 1-2 here to Gandy, from Gandy, I'm sorry. That one's hit chopper to third base, and third baseman scoops it, throws across, and he makes the play. That was Hurd.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, the extra hitter number 31 from the University of Southern Texas, Erwin Cabasa.
So McLemore grounds out to the third baseman, and Erwin Cabasa now the batter. A nice play by Justin Hurd at third base for the Dogs. As he scoops that out of the dirt and throws on over across. And that ball hit to the second baseman. Jones picks it up, makes a nice play. A nice play there by Jones for out number 2. So a ground out to the second baseman by Cabasa, and quickly 2 outs. So Connor Larson, now the catcher, the batter, will come to the plate for the Lumberjacks. So Larson, a left-handed batter against the righty here in Gandy. He'll jump in the box, tap the home plate area, and await the pitch. And curveball catches the outside corner of the count, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here to Larson. Here's the windup, the pitch. And that one misses on the outside corner of the count, even at 1-1. 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on. Top of the second. And that's fouled off on the third base line. The count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Larson steps out of the box before he jumps back in, ready to face Gandy. Gandy's looking in. Gets his sign. Now he rotates and throws. Ball hit on the ground through second base. Second baseman scoops it, throws on over. Another quick inning for the Dogs, and the score is 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second.
All right, DiamondDawgs fans, get ready to cheer because it's time for the ultimate ballpark showdown.
Spring into action and get started on your home projects with Little Falls Lumber. Get your free estimate today for that project, big or small. Little Falls Lumber. They're always happy to help.
Stop by one of our 3 convenient locations and speak to one of our knowledgeable salesmen about your next project.
And we are back. And it is the bottom of the third inning. And Thomas Moss, the batter. Here's the pitch, and there's a call. A strike at the count, 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Thomas Moss. So Moss awaits the pitch down 0-1. And that one down low, 4-1 on the count, 1-1. So Thomas Moss hitting .500 on his short stay here in Mohawk Valley thus far. 1-1 count here to Moss. Moss is tonight's DH for the Dawgs. It'll be Moss, Ramsey, and Hawk all due up here in this bottom of the second inning. And Moss will pop that up into foul territory, and it will go out of play. And the count 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moss is ready to go. He waits Colton Sampson to deliver the pitch. There's the windup and the pitch. And that is ball 2. The count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is outside. And the count now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Moss now. Full count with nobody out, nobody on. Bottom second here. No score. Sampson winds, delivers, and was fouled off in the count 3-2. Well, they 3-2 count. Moss jumps back in the box. Sampson looks back in to get a sign from his catcher, and he's good to go. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. And as a swing on a foul tip, he is out. And that is 4 strikeouts in a row now.
Number 34 from Trinity University, John Ramsey.
So John Ramsey now will come to the plate. Ramsey is the shortstop for the Dawgs. So here is Ramsey at the plate here against Sampson. Ramsey hitting .273. And the pitch is called a strike, and the count 0-1 to Ramsey. 0-1 count, 1 out. Bottom second, no score here at Vets Park. 0-1 pitch, and that is fouled off. And the count now 0-2. Fans, this production being brought to you by Creative Outpost. Thank you to all our interns who help us bring this game to life. 0-2 count here to Ramsey now with 1 out. Sampson looks in. He's going to wind and deliver on the 0-2 here to Ramsey. And Ramsey will foul that one off down the first base line. The count remains 0-2. So you look over to my right, bunch of kids playing on the playground and the tennis courts. A little basketball going on. Basketball to my right, and the baseball right in front of me. 0-2 count to Ramsey. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. And that is another strikeout for Colton Sampson. That is 5 in a row. So Brandon Hawk now the batter as Sampson looks to go 6 in a row. So Brendan Hawk now the batter for the Dawgs. Hawk hitting .230 on the season. No home runs. And 2 outs. Nobody on. Bottom 2. That one misses outside. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes here to Brendan Hawk, the first baseman for the Dawgs tonight. Hawk, your everyday first baseman from Mohawk Valley. 1-0 pitch on its way. And that misses for ball 2. The count now 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Brendan Hawk at the plate. John Calabrese on deck. Nobody on here for the Dogs in the bottom of the second. Dogs looking to get a runner on here. Hawk fouls that one off. The count now 2-1. So 2-1 count here to Brendan Hawk. As Colton Sampson will wind and deliver on the 2-1 pitch. That is outside. And the ball 3 and the count now 3-1. So 3-1 count with 2 outs here. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball is hit past the third baseman, and that breaks things up here for the Dogs. They pick up the first hit of the ball game, and they end the streak of strikeouts by Sampson. So Brendan Hawk with the single gets the Dogs started here in the bottom of the second. So John Calabrese now the batter for the Dogs. Calabrese, a left-handed batter for Mohawk Valley. Calabrese hitting .237. Back from a short stint where he went back home. And now he is back here in Little Falls. Glad to have him back here tonight. First pitch to Calabrese called strike 1 on the count, 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to John Calabrese. Calabrese playing left field tonight for the Dogs. 0-1 count, runner on first. There's the pitch. And big swing and a miss for strike 2. And the count now 0-2 to John Calabrese. No balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 pitch on its way now. And his outside gets away from the catcher, Larson. And that's going to allow the runner to advance to second base. So runner now in scoring position for the Dogs. The Dogs are going to put their first run on the board here. And they got a runner on second base now. So John Calabrese at the plate with a 1-2 count now. And Colton Sampson, the pitcher, on the mound for Boonville. 1-2 now the count. Calabrese ready to go. Sampson looking in. Glances at the runner at second base. Taking a good lead at second is the runner. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled off by Calabrese, and the count remains 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Calabrese, the batter for the Dogs. Colton Sampson, the pitcher. Runner on at second base is Brendan Hawk. And there's a swing and a miss for a strikeout for Calabrese. That will end the inning. No runs. And after 2, we're knotted at 0.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. This day starts with this one. Because no matter how unforgettable the extraordinary days are, there's a lot of every day that leads up to them. You can count on NBT Bank to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
Wake up and smell the sizzle at your local Burger King. Burger King is open for breakfast 7 days a week. Your mornings deserve the royal treatment. So dive in to try our delicious breakfast sandwiches, savor our savory hash browns, and wash it all down with a hot or iced coffee. Whether it's Monday or Sunday, we've got your breakfast cravings covered. Swing by BK today to have it your way. You rule at participating U.S. restaurants during breakfast hours.
Number 9 from Florida Southwestern University, Miguel Gonzalez.
And we are back. Miguel Gonzalez is going to lead things off here in the top of the third for the Lumberjacks. So Miguel Gonzalez, the second baseman for Boonville, at the plate. And Gonzalez hitting .310 on the season. Takes first pitch for a ball. The count 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Gandy winds and delivers, and it's fouled off on the count, now even at 1-1. A ball and a strike to Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez digs in, waiting the pitch from Gandy. Gandy puts it in on the inside corner of the plate, and the count 1-2. A 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gandy now will wind and deliver on the 1-2. And that one misses outside, and the count 2-2. So Utica and Saugerties, no score. Top of the second, I believe I was told. Top of the first, no score. 2-2 the count. Here's Gandy with the windup and the pitch. Hit on the ground to the second baseman, and he will scoop it up again for the out. So a ground out to second base. And second baseman for the Dogs, Tyler Jones. They're the one out now. So Sebastian Burgos is the batter. Burgos hitting .196 with a 1 home run. And he's got 1 out and nobody on. Pitch is left high by Burgos, the count 1-0. Sebastian Burgos, a stocky right-hander. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count now 1-1. Burgos plays a right field here tonight for Boonville. 1-1 pitch. That one misses down low. The count 2-1. Well, 2 balls and a strike. 1 out here for the Lumberjacks. Top of the third. We are scoreless. And Gandy misses on that one. And the count now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike here to Sebastian Burgos. And he will walk Burgos, Will Gandy, and put him on first base.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, center fielder number 14 from
So the center fielder, Devin Moran. Now the batter, Moran, a right-handed batter for Boonville. And he's going to step into the box with a runner on first base and 1 out, looking for the first run of the game here as we are knotted 0-0. So Gandy delivers, and he puts that one down low in the dirt, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here is the pitch, and it's high for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes here from Gandy as he faces Devin Moran, the center fielder. After Moran, back to the top of the order we go with Andy Perez. Runner on first, taking a short lead. Here's the pitch. And that one misses for ball 3, and the count now 3-0. So 3-0 count here from Gandy's in a wind and deliver. And there's ball 4. And Gandy will walk Moran, putting 2 runners on now.
Third baseman number 5 from the University of Pittsburgh, Andy Perez.
So back to the top of the order, Andy Perez. Now the batter, Perez, doubled in his first at-bat here tonight. So with 1 out, runners on first and second here for the Lumberjacks. Gandy looks at the runner at second, delivers the pitch. Nice curveball for strike 1 in the count, 0-1. Oh and 1, there's the pitch. And they throw back down to first, and safe. And first as the runner slides back quickly, as that was Devin Moran. So Andy Perez back and ready to go in the box, ready to face Andrew Gendy with runners on first and second, one out. No score, top three here from Little Falls. And Gendy looking at that runner at second base. And down low is the pitch. And the count 1-2. So runners not being held on at the moment. Runners on first and second. Runner at first taking a big lead. And that one gets away. And the runner stalled at first base, but they both take off now, and both in scoring position at second and third. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the batter, Andy Perez. So Gendy trying to get himself out of this little bit of a jam here with 1 out. And it's fouled off in the count, even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Perez. Angel Santiago on deck. Gendy now will wind and deliver on the 2-2. And that is hit down the third base line into left field, and 1 run will score. Here is run number 2. And they stand up double for Andy Perez, scores 2 runs. That's the second double of the ball game for Perez. And the Lumberjacks have gone on to a 2-0 lead. So here's Angel Santiago, who struck out looking in his first at bat here tonight. Comes to the plate with 1 out and a runner on second base. 2-0 advantage here for the Lumberjacks. And catcher Nico Cerise out to talk to Andrew Gendy. And quick conversation is over. And once Cerise gets back behind the plate, it'll be Angel Santiago, who struck out looking in his first at bat here tonight, facing off against Andrew Gendy for the second time. So here's Gendy now with the pitch. Runner takes off, and that one is fouled off down the first base line. No balls in, 1 strike, 1 out. Gendy finds himself in his first jam of the game, looking to get himself out of it. 0-1 the count, 1 out. Runner on second base. Lumberjacks with a 2-0 advantage. Gendy throws back to second base. Runner gets back. And Santiago will get his chance to do it all over again. Santiago hitting .360 on the season with 2 home runs. And again, Gendy goes back to second. Runner gets back again. So 0-1 the count here to Angel Santiago. Let's see what Gendy does here with a runner on second. And the pitch is high and outside for ball 1 the count, even at 1-1. So Gendy really trying to keep that runner close at second base, as he saw him attempting to steal at least once. So 1-1, Gendy looks, takes another glance at the runner, and runner takes off. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss, and the runner steals third. And so runner now on third with a 1-2 count. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the batter, Santiago. Santiago back in the box and ready to go with a 1-2 count and 1 out. Runner on third for Boonville. And a little hit to second base. Tyler Jones makes the pop-up catch, and that is good for out number 2.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, left fielder number 10 from Seminole State College, Chase Triplett.
So Chase Triplett, who's hitting .397, he leads all the batters for Boonville. He also has 2 home runs on the season. Left-handed batter is Triplett. And he is at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on third in a 2-0 lead. That one misses outside, a curveball, not much curve. And the count 1-0. Should say not much curve, it just didn't curve into the strike zone. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that one does curve in and call strike 1 on the count 1-1. That one pinned to the outside corner. And the count even at 1-1. So a ball and a strike to Triplett here with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. And misses the outside corner just barely. The count 2-1. So 2 balls and a 1 strike and 2 outs. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is popped up. And third baseman makes the grab. Sun got in the way momentarily, but he made the catch to end the inning. So pop up the third, ends the inning with 2-run score. And the Lumberjacks go ahead 2-0. Back for the bottom of the third.
If you're looking for some shopping and dining, head on over to Canal Place, where you will find quaint shops, galleries, restaurants, and inns situated in the old mill buildings and storefronts along the waterfront of Canal Place. They've become known as the happening place for the arts in the Mohawk Valley. Not so long ago, many of these buildings were working mills serving the garment industry. Even today, after conversion to service retail space, many of these rugged but lovely structures speak to our great regional manufacturing heritage. If you're looking for fine arts, entertainment, or antiques, you simply must pay a visit to Canal Place.
And we're back bottom of the third here. Dogs down 2-0, and Nico Soris will lead things off here for Mohawk Valley. Soris, the catcher tonight for the Dogs. And here comes the pitch from Colton Sampson. There's the windup, the pitch. And there is ball 1. So Nico Soris, right-handed batter here for the Dogs, facing Sampson. Soris, Hurd, and Hughes all due up here in this inning. 1-0 pitch. And that one misses for ball 2 in the count, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Gorgeous, gorgeous day here for baseball in the Mohawk Valley. Season quickly coming to an end, with the Dogs having just one more home game left, but they have almost a full week of baseball left to play on the road. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And that one misses outside for ball 3, and the count now 3-0. 3-0 count now to Nico Soris, as Colton Sampson looking for a strike here with this 3-0 count. If not, he's going to put him on first base by way of walk, I should say. And that one in for a strike to count, 3-1. So 3-1 count here to Soris. And see if Sampson can battle back here, down 3-1 in the count. And that's fouled off down the third base line, and just like that, a 3-2 count. So 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Nico Soris. Colton Sampson, the pitcher, on the mound here for Boonville. Soris digs in at the plate as he awaits the 3-2 pitch from Sampson. Sampson's got his pitch. He's ready to go. He's going to release that ball and does so with ball 4, and that will put Soris at first base via that walk.
Third baseman number 27 from SUNY Albany, Justin Hurd.
So Justin Hurd is now the batter for Mohawk Valley. Hurd is the third baseman for Mohawk Valley. And for the season, Hurd is hitting 189 with a 1 home run. Runner on first shows bunt, puts it down on the first base line. Perfect bunt and safe at first base. So they pull the first baseman off the bag, and a perfect bunt there for Justin Hurd to get on and move the runners. So Ethan Hughes back to the top of the order we go. And Hughes struck out in his last at bat, and he will come to the plate now with the runners on first and second here for the Dawgs. Here's the pitch, another bunt. This time it goes fouled on the first base line. And the count 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike here to Ethan Hughes. See if he looks to bunt here again with the runners on first and second. They are in the grass. And there's a bunt down the third base line. Another good bunt right down, perfect spot. And everybody's safe. So another great bunt there. This time by Ethan Hughes, puts it down the third base line. Everybody is safe. And the Dawgs have now loaded the bases with nobody out. So Jaden Ross now the batter for Mohawk Valley. And Ross hitting .316 for the DiamondDawgs, as he has been on a tear since he's come over here from the Albany Athletics. This is where Justin called home last year, so he's back home. And we are glad to have him here with nobody else and bases loaded for Ross. Ross is in center field tonight. Struck out in his first at bat. First pitch to Ross, misses for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes here to Jaden Ross. Again, bases are loaded for the Dawgs. We're down 2-0 here. Bottom 3. There's the windup, now the pitch. That is left high for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes to Ross here. No place to put him on the pads. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is called strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to Jaden Ross. Two-one count. Windup and the pitch from Sampson. Just about underway. Here it is. Swing and a miss by Ross. The count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bases full of Dawgs. Huge opportunity here for Mohawk Valley. They do not want to leave this inning with no runs. 2-2 now the count. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Sampson. Call, strike 3, and Ross is unhappy. Haas is unhappy on that call as he strikes out looking.
The second baseman, number 8 from George Washington University, Tyler Jones.
So Tyler Jones, who also struck out in his first at bat here, now with 1 out, bases loaded, he's going to have his chance now to bring home some runs. So Jones at the plate. Here's the pitch from Sampson, and that one misses for ball 1. A 1 ball and no strikes here to Tyler Jones. Thomas Moss on deck. Sampson delivers, and that is popped up high. It is at the wall, and it is caught in center field. And they're going to tag up, and a run will score. And so a sac fly by Tyler Jones scores a run. The Dogs now cut the lead in half to 2-1.
Dawgs. Designated hitter number 28 from Trinity University, Thomas Moss.
So Thomas Moss, now the batter, also struck out in his last at bat here tonight. And again, Moss will come to the plate with the runners on the corners, first and third. 2 outs here for Moss. Dogs down 2-1 now. Pitch to Moss is outside, ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes, 2 outs. A 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch from Sampson. Looks like they runner at first base first. Now he delivers the pitch. And he misses for ball 2 in the count now, 2-0. Two and 0 now the count with 2 outs. The windup and the pitch called a strike in the count, 2-1. So that outside corner, umpire calling it religiously. Well, sometimes it looks a little outside, but they give him the call, 2-1. Very consistent thus far. So 2-1 count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2 in the count now, even at 2-2. So deuces are wild here. Two and 2. Here's the windup now and the pitch from Sampson. And that is good for the third ball. So the count now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here to Thomas Moss. Three and 2. Here's the pitch. And that is fouled off, and the count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes to Thomas Moss. So 3-2 the count now to Thomas Moss. Runners on the corners here for the Dogs. 2 outs. Down 2-1. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3 to Moss. And that will do it for the inning. So they leave 2 runners stranded. The Dogs pick up 1. The score 2-1. We head to the top of the 4th.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gem shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime.
From Memphis University, Carter McKay.
We are back top of the fourth. Carter McKay to lead things off here for Boonville. So Carter McKay struck out in his last at bat. He is ready to go here in the top of the fourth. Pitch to McKay is fouled off in the count. 0-1. So no balls and one strike here to McKay, excuse me. A little hiccups there for a second. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Outside, and the count now 1-1. A ball and a strike now to McKay. 2-1 ball game here. Boonville ahead here in the top of the fourth. This is a battle of third and fourth place. The Dogs have a one-game lead over Boonville for the number 3 spot. That's fouled off the count 1-2. So obviously a win for the Dogs will put them 2 games ahead of Boonville. A loss will put them at a tie. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And outside for ball 2 in the count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Getty, the pitcher, on the mound for Mohawk Valley. And Carter McKay, the batter. Here's the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. Three balls and 2 strikes, so a full count here to McKay. McKay struck out in his last at bat. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is outside, missing badly for ball 4.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, designated hitter number 34 from Mount Olive University, Jeremiah McLemore.
So Jeremiah McLemore, who grounded out in at bat number 1, will take his hacks here against Andrew Gendy in the top of the fourth. Runner on first is McKay, taking a short lead. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss as Gendy takes a little bit off that pitch, and he gets McLemore to go for it. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2 in the count, 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to McLemore. McLemore tonight's DH here for the Lumberjacks. Nobody out, runner on first. Lumberjacks lead 2-1, top 4. There's the windup, the pitch, swing and a miss. And there's strike 3.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, the extra hitter number 31 from the University of Southern Texas, Erwin Cabasa.
So Erwin Cabasa, now the batter, he has grounded out in the ball game. He is the extra hitter. And Cabasa pops that one up. Tyler Jones underneath it and makes the grab for out number 2.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, catcher number 25 from Century College, Connor Larson.
So Connor Larson, who grounded out, now the batter for the Lumberjacks here with 2 outs. So Larson, the batter. There's the pitch. And grounded to short. Shortstop's going to take it himself, and that will do it. So a ground out to short ends the inning. And we head to the bottom of the fourth, 2-1 the score. Lumberjacks ahead.
Mohawk Valley 1.
Visit the Daily Post and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the Mohawk Valley. Our mission is to generate interest in the area and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our podcast, or sign up for our weekly email newsletter. Stop by today at thedailypost.digital. You'll be glad you did.
And we are back, and John Ramsey will lead things off here for the Dogs in the bottom of the fourth inning. So John Ramsey, the batter for Mohawk Valley. It'll be Ramsey, Hawk, and Calabrese all due up here in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Dogs. Dogs down 2-1. Pitch is outside to Ramsey, the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Ramsey struck out his first at bat here tonight. And he faces a 1-0 count here. Here's the windup and the 1-0 pitch. And that is popped up high. And looks like the second baseman is going to call everybody off to make the grab for out number one. That is the second baseman, Miguel Gonzalez. So Brendan Hawk, who singled in his first at bat, is going to get a shot here at bat number 2 against Colton Sampson. Hawk singled in his first attempt here against Sampson. And he's going to face him the second time with 1 out. Nobody on. Here's Sampson with the pitch to Hawk. Right down the center of the plate and called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike, 1 out. All 1 pitch now. And that is popped into right field. And the right fielder unable to make the play. And the count 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Oh, 2 pitch now from Sampson on its way to Hawk. And right down the middle of the plate, and he strikes out looking, does Hawk, for out number 2.
For your Dogs, the left fielder number 3 from Bucknell University, John Calabrese.
So John Calabrese now, the batter That was the 9th strikeout for Sampson in the ball game. So with 2 outs, here is Colin Reese, who struck out in his last at bat. And here's the pitch. And it was a foul ball. And the count 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here to Calabrese. Calabrese takes his warm-up swing before he enters the box, ready to go with the 0-1 count. 0-1, 2 outs. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is popped up to left center field. And the catch is made. And that will do it for the inning. So a pop out to left field ends the inning. And the score remains 2-1. Lumberjacks ahead as we head to the top of the 5th.
We know pools. Garrity Pools and Spa are the experts in building and creating backyard memories for thousands of families. Garrity takes pride in offering only the highest quality in-ground Pacific pool and radiant above-ground pools that are built for upstate New York weather. Garrity offers only the best with BioGuard chemicals to keep your pool sparkling clean. Visit the professionals at Garrity Pools and Spa, 234 South Caroline Street, Herkimer, or GarrityPools.com.
Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Off the pitch for the Lumberjacks, second baseman number 9 from Florida Southwestern University, Miguel Gonzalez.
So Miguel Gonzalez now the batter for the Lumberjacks here in the top of the 5th. There is strike 1 to Gonzalez to count 0-1. 0-1 pitch, down low. And the count even at 1-1 to Gonzalez. Miguel Gonzalez, the batter, grounded out last time. Sebastian Burgos and Devin Moran all due up here in the inning. 1-1 pitch on its way, and a little chopper to third. Hawk picks that up and throws across for out number 1.
Batting for the Lumberjacks, right fielder number 3 from Fort Hays State University, Sebastian Burgos.
Sorry, that was Hurd, not Hawk. So Sebastian Burgos now the batter. So Burgos is the batter, and here's the windup, the pitch, and then it's popped up into right field. And the catch is made in right for a quick 2 outs. So Burgos with the pop out to Ethan Hughes. And Devin Moran, and now will come to the plate. Moran walked in his first at-bat here tonight. And he is a right-handed batter to face the righty here in Gendy. Andrew Gendy, that is. And Gendy delivers a pitch with some movement on it. And it's called strike 1. So Gendy, one of our guys who has a lot of movement on his pitches. Good curveball this has Gendy. Fun to watch. And that ball hit past Hurd. And he's going to go all the way to second. And he's going to head to third. And he's going to go home. This could be an inside the park home run. And it is. An inside the park home run for Devin Moran. Well then, how about that? So that ball was hit to left field, and Moran never stopped running. So Andy Perez now the batter with 2 outs. So I didn't really see what happened and how he was able to get all the way home, as that ball was hit into left field. And Moran just kept chugging. 1 ball and no strikes to Andy Perez. 1-0 pitch. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one gets away for ball 2 in the count now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes, 3-1 now the score after the it's outdoor, but it's inside the park. Home run here, and the score now 3-1. And that ball hit hard to the shortstop, scoops it up, and throws on over to first for the out. So 1 run scores on an inside the park home run, and the Boonville Lumberjacks go up 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Spring into action and get started on your home projects with Little Falls Lumber. Get your free estimate today for that project, big or small. Little Falls Lumber, they're always happy to help.
Stop by one of our 3 convenient locations and speak to one of our knowledgeable salesmen about your next project.
And we are back, and Nico Solis will lead things off here for the Dogs in the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 the score. Lumberjacks ahead. Here's the pitch to Solis, swing and a miss. And there is strike 1. So Nico Solis walked in his first at bat here tonight against Sampson. And now he finds himself down 0-1 on the count. So no balls and 1 strike. Wind up in the pitch by Sampson. And that one misses down low the count, 1-1. So Nico Cerise, Justin Hurd, then back to the top of the order with Ethan Hughes. 1-1 the count here to Nico Cerise, the catcher tonight. And he tries to hold his swing, and they say he did not go. And the count 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Nico Cerise. With nobody out, bottom 5. Dogs down 3-1. That pitch is outside and down low. And the count now 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Justin Hurd. Nope, Nico Cerise, I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Count 3-1. Here's the pitch. And there's ball 4. And now Justin Hurd will come to the plate. So Nico Cerise with the walk. Justin Hurd coming to the plate. And Hurd singled in his first at bat here tonight. So here is Justin Hurd with 1 out. No outs, I'm sorry. Runner on first base, no outs. Dogs down 3-1. A lot of numbers in my head. I'm an accountant by trade. 3-1 the count. No, Jesus. 3-1 the score. And the count now is 0-1. I'll get it right soon, folks. These numbers are all like spinning in my head up here. Look at the scoreboard, I go crazy. 0-1. I think we got it now. No balls and one strike here to Justin Hurd. The score is 3-1, folks, and the lead Lumberjacks are ahead. And there's a little bunt back to the pitcher. He's going to grab it, throw over to first, and they will advance the runner to second base. So Justin Hurd advances the runner to second, and now 1 out.
Now name for your Dogs, the right fielder number 24 from Warner University, Ethan Hughes.
So back to the top of the order, Ethan Hughes is the batter. Hughes with a runner on second base and 1 out. Hughes has struck out and singled thus far here tonight. Hughes awaits the pitch now. Hitting .248 is Hughes, and that one is popped up into center field. Center fielder calling everybody off, makes the grab, and that is out number 2. So Ethan Hughes with a pop out to center field, and Jaden Ross now will make his way to the plate for the Dogs. So last time up, Jaden Ross struck out looking, wasn't happy with the call at home plate. Let's see if he can change that here with at bat number 3. Thus far, 0 for 2 tonight is Jaden Ross. He struck out once swinging and then struck out looking in his second at bat. So here's at bat number 3 for Ross. He's got a runner on second base, taking a pretty generous lead with 2 outs, down 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch, and it is high for ball 1 to Ross. Ross, pretty much the everyday center fielder since he's returned here to his home park at Vets Memorial Park. Ross played here last season, a couple seasons ago, and we are glad to have him back as we did see him this season here as he came to play against the Athletics, and then we snatched him back. So he must have came down here, liked the field again, said, I want to be back here. And signed on the dotted line, and look at that. Back in the Dogs uniform he is. 1-1. Some guys you just want back every year because they're just good players to have here. 1-2. The count as that one was fouled off by Ross. So Tyler Jones on deck should he reach with 2 outs here. 1-2 the count. So Reese at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colton Sampson, the pitcher, looks in, glances at that runner at second base, not being held on. Here's the kick, wind and deliver, and swing and a miss. And that will do it for the inning. Runner is left stranded on second base. That is 3 strikeouts on the evening for Ross tonight. He is unhappy with himself, but he'll get another chance later on in the ball game. Score remains 3-1. Boonville ahead.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. This day starts with this one. Because no matter how unforgettable the extraordinary days are, there's a lot of every day that leads up to them. You can count on NBT Bank to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
Wake up and smell the sizzle at your local Burger King. Burger King is open for breakfast 7 days a week. Your mornings deserve the royal treatment. So dive in to try our delicious breakfast sandwiches, savor our savory hash browns, and wash it all down with a hot or iced coffee. Whether it's Monday or Sunday, we've got your breakfast cravings covered. Swing by BK today to have it your way. You rule at participating U.S. restaurants during breakfast hours.
And welcome back, fans. It is the top of the sixth. Score is 3-2. Lumberjacks are ahead. So a couple of shout outs to give out. Some fans listening in. Excuse me, got the hiccups again. First, we'll let you know who's batting, and then we'll let you know who the shout outs are going out to. So Angel Santiago will lead things off here in the top of the sixth inning. And how about some shout outs? How about Kyle Avery, who's listening out there? So thanks for tuning in, Avery, saying let's go Dogs. Shout out to Joanne Miller, one of our loyal DiamondDawgs fans. She's always cheering on the Dogs and giving positive feedback. And there's out number one to Santiago as he grounds out to second base. And Chase Triplett will come to the plate. Also another Dogs fan, Lavone Reeves. Thank you for listening. And Lavone Reeves is asking for a new pitcher. I like that. Making some management moves right online. She's Kyle also asking to make some noise for the Dogs, so that's a good idea. And then Andrea Murray, another Dog fan. So all Dogs fans, I believe, tonight. So thanks for tuning in. And we'll take those Boonville fans as well if you guys want to jump on. We like them all here. 1 ball and no strikes to Triplett. And I'm going to see if I can get Jack McMurray to come on the air with me. How about that? See if I can work some magic here with my crew. He's got to sign an NIL deal first, and then he'll come back to the booth. So once he signs his contract, maybe we'll get him for the next inning. He's a popular guy here, so we can't just pop right in. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chase Triplett. Triplett has struck out and popped out thus far. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. There's the windup and the pitch. It is outside for ball 2 in the count, 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Gendy is still the pitcher on the mound for the Dogs. 3-1 game here. Lumberjacks ahead. That's fouled off again by Triplett, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So sun's gone down here at Little Falls. Nice, cool, little breezy evening. Nice summer day for baseball here in the Valley. As I mentioned, everyone's kind of excited, although it is baseball season here. There's ball 3, and the count now 3-2. Big game tomorrow for a basketball team in town. The Herkimer OGs, also known as the Herkimer Originals. Scott Flansburgh and his crew are going to head out to Syracuse to play Boeheim's Army. Tough matchup for them. They're the 8th seed going against the 1 seed. And there's ball 4 to Chase Triplett. So tough matchup for the OGs, but they're up for the challenge. They've been hyping it up all week. They are ready to go. They already got a little bit of a scrimmage in against a Division III squad, so they are gearing up and ready to go. They just want to get on the court and play basketball. So if you have a chance to go out there playing at the SRC Arena, tickets are still available. Just go online, look up TBT, and I'm sure you'll be able to find a ticket somewhere, I believe. And there's a big swing and a miss, and there is strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike. And from what I heard, Alice Cooper is going to be there on the sidelines, kind of as not necessarily a coach, but a little cheer. I mean, you got Alice Cooper. It doesn't get much better than that, right? 1 ball and 1 strike. And the story is that Alice Cooper came up with the name and the logo on a napkin while he was talking to the owner, Scott Flansburgh. So pretty cool, pretty cool. On the other sideline, a guy you might know, Jim Boeheim, coming out of retirement for the summer. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sons Jimmy and Buddy will be playing. And the count now 2-1. I heard Buddy will be taking a red-eye flight out of Vegas, and fingers crossed he gets there on time tomorrow. At least for the Syracuse fans. For the OG fans, they're kind of hoping maybe that plane stalls a little bit. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So back to the baseball game here. It is 2-1. The count to Carter McMurray. Chase Triplett at first base. Here's the pitch, and that one gets away, and the catcher can't find it. Soares can't find it, And the runner's going to head to second base, rounds second. Almost thought about going to third, but did not get there. If he was running the whole way, he may have been safe at third if he took off. So the count 3-1 now to Carter McKay. Jeremiah McLemore is on deck. So 3-1. So the Dawgs really want to try to contain this score here to 3-1 and not allow Boonville to tack on much more. So runner on second, not being held on, taking a pretty good lead. Here's the pitch by Gendy. Down the middle, call, strike two. Now the count full at 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to McKay. McKay, 273 hitter, 4 home runs. So dangerous hitter at the plate here for Boonville. He steps out momentarily, does it, McKay, before he steps back into the box to face the righty and Andrew Gendy. Gendy looks in, taking a long stare at his catcher, picking up the signs. Now he'll stare at that runner momentarily at second base before he'll take another look and deliver the pitch. And that is popped up. And third baseman Hurd calls everybody off, almost drops it, but he hangs on to it for out number 2. So Jeremiah McLemore, now the batter. So Jeremiah McLemore, who has struck out and grounded out today, now will come to the plate for Boonville. Last time up, a strikeout victim was McLemore. Here's the pitch. And down low, stopped by the catcher for the Dawgs, and the count of 1-0. 1-0, 2 outs. Again, runner on second for the Lumberjacks. 1-0 pitch, and a little chopper to the third baseman. He scoops it. Tough throw, and they say he did not get him as he was off the bag. So a hit for McLemore and Erwin Kobasa. Now the batter.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, extra hitter number 31 from the University of Southern Texas, Erwin Kobasa.
So here's Erwin Kobasa, the batter for the Lumberjacks. Runners on the corners here for Boonville. So with 2 outs here, Andrew Gendy really looking to get this batter out and get out of this inning. Here's the windup and pitch to Kobasa, and that is outside for ball 1, and the count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, runners on the corners for the Lumberjacks. 1-0 the pitch. Here it is. And it's popped up foul, and the count out even at 1-1. So a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. Kobasa at the plate. Connor Larson on deck. Should he reach? 1-1. Here's the pitch. Little chopper hit to the shortstop. Scoops it up. Throws over to second to end the inning, and that'll do it. It'll be 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Lumberjacks ahead.
If you're looking for some shopping and dining, head on over to Canal Place, where you will find quaint shops, galleries, restaurants, and inns situated in the old mill buildings and storefronts along the waterfront of Canal Place. They've become known as the happening place for the arts in the Mohawk Valley. Not so long ago, many of these buildings were working mills serving the garment industry. Even today, after conversion to serve as retail space, many of these rugged but lovely structures speak to our great regional manufacturing heritage. If you're looking for fine arts, entertainment, or antiques, you simply must pay a visit to Canal Place.
Ready? All right, fans, welcome back to the broadcast. Whoa, look out. And we're here in the bottom of the 6th. New pitcher on the mound. It is Mark Soft. So Mark's off the new pitcher, and I have a special guest in the booth, Jack McMurray. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome to have you. Awesome to have you. So first time in the booth for Jack, I believe, or you've done some other stuff, Jack?
First time in the booth up here. I've done the PA for a lot of games when I was in high school and stuff, and a couple times at college as well.
Awesome, awesome. 1 ball, no strikes. So Jack, tell the listeners that haven't come to a game about what you do here.
Yeah, so this is my second year with the Dawgs. As Jones lines one is second in the left field. He'll take second base easily.
Yeah, he's been hot. He's been hot all year, it's Jones.
Yeah, one of our most consistent performers, especially coming back after injury early in the year. Fighting through a little hand thing right now as well, but yeah, man, he's been playing great.
Yeah, it's tough when you get late in the season, like you start getting little injuries.
Definitely. But yeah, this is my second year with the team. I came in as an intern last year from St. John Fisher, Rochester, where I go. And then this year, Travis invited me to come back as his assistant GM and the director of community relations. Basically, I'm wearing a lot of hats in this role.
Yes,
anything from sponsorships to group ticket sales, stuff in the community. We actually had 2 events earlier this week. I was outside for ball 1. Yeah, so this week we went to a library up in Middleville. I brought Cola Grande and JP Cusick up there. We read some books to some kids.
Awesome.
And then yesterday I brought Jack Chavez, Andrew Gendy, and Drew Harris. We went up to, and Tyler Jones came as well. We went up to Mudville. It's a softball field. It's about 5 minutes from the apartments in Herkimer.
Cool.
We played some baseball with some kids on the summer camp.
That's been fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Then on game days, running around anywhere from opening the gate to doing stuff on the field with kids, 50-50, all the stuff like that.
Yeah, running around is an understatement. That ball gets away. If you've ever seen Jack at the game here, he's the one that is running everywhere. He is everywhere all the time, and we're glad to have him. We're glad to have you here, man. It's been a great 2 summers with you. You've got to see some great baseball here.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Last year, great team. This year, great team as well. I love how in the beginning of the year, it takes a while to get to know each other, but then towards the end of the year, all comes together. Everybody's having a great time, and everybody's playing for each other. That's the big thing. I think the best teams, they don't play for themselves. They play for each other. I think that's big for especially a summer league where you're here to work on your game and work on your stats, but at the end of the day, you are here to play baseball, and you want to win at the end of the day.
Yep, you're right. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Moss. And you're right, we talk about that every year. It seems like the beginning of June, first 2 weeks or so is that they're trying to mesh together, and then they're rolling. And then we get to July, and that's when really you want to be rolling on all cylinders. And that's what the Dawgs have been doing. They've been winning some games. Here and there they lose one, but it's normal. It's a long season, and these guys are in it for the long haul. And now sitting in 3rd place, now you get to that playoff push.
Yeah, I mean, the division is so close too. I mean, yesterday we were in 5th place, and now today we're like 2 games out of 2nd place. So,
yep.
It comes down to the wire, and then playoffs come like that. But it's crazy. I mean, it feels like yesterday was the first practice, and now here we are. Next week's our last game.
I agree. I've been saying that. I can't believe we're already down to our last game of the home season here. But for the Dawgs, they go on the road a lot next week, and a lot of games that they're playing are against these teams that they're competing in these 2-3 spots. So it should be fun to keep an eye on the scoreboard all week long.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Coach Louis has been saying to the guys, and the message around the team is clear that we control our own destiny here. It's on us to do what we want to do. And I think that's where you want to be as a team. You don't want to have to depend on other teams to lose or win for it. You want to control your own destiny, and that's what the team has put themselves in a position to do.
Yep, 3 balls and 2 strikes here now to Thomas Moss. And really, because of the format of the playoffs, all top 4 teams make it. And that is ball 4, so he's going to take his base, Will Moss. But the beauty of it is, 4 teams make it, and it's a 1-game playoff. So anybody can win.
I know.
It's just, it doesn't matter. We all know what team is at the top of the division, and they're a tough team to beat. But when in a 1-game series, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, baseball is baseball, and baseball is going to be baseball at the end of the day. I mean, I've seen some wacky things happen here in just the regular season. It just gets wackier in the playoffs,
we just saw it inside the park home run here today.
Yeah.
It's pretty unusual.
Yeah, definitely, especially in a field with these kind of dimensions as well.
Big park, yeah. So John Ramsey now the batter. Takes strike 1 to count 0-1. So the Dawgs have runners on the 1st and 3rd here. So we got Jack McMurray in the booth. You might recognize the last name. Dad's on TV too a little bit. So he's still doing the TV thing once in a while. I saw him doing the Boilermaker.
Yeah, he was on the Boilermaker. He was on today. Yeah, he did it new. He likes to do it once in a while. I mean,
Close play at the plate and waiting for a call, and he threw him out. Well, that was a tough play. He waited to call him out, and then last minute he called him out. Apparently he didn't touch the bag, I guess.
No, Jones didn't touch the plate there, but it looked like the catcher was blocking his path to the plate before the ball came. So I don't know. It's a tough call, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one myself. So the Dawgs were trying to get another run on the board, and they weren't able to do it. So 3-1 the score remains with the 1 out. And again, runner on first base. So Brendan Hawk is now the batter. So what's your favorite moment? You've been here for 2 years now. Favorite moment, favorite player? You got anything? What could you give us?
Favorite player? I can't give a favorite player. There's been a lot of good guys. And the thing is, I mean, we're all the same age. So we all become friends at the end of the day. So can't get that.
Right.
Last year, I think we had, it was 4 straight home games where we won on a walk-off.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun time. A lot of fun times this year too. Especially, I like going to the away games because I mean, I don't have to work the away games. So I kind of just get to hang out.
Yep.
But no, a lot of fun over these 2 years, and it's been an honor to be here, and it's been great.
Awesome. How many ballparks have you had to check out so far?
MLB parks?
No, these.
Oh,
these guys.
Let's see. I've been here. I've gone to Utica a couple times. I went down to Saugerties for the playoffs last year, and then I've played at the Boonville and Oneonta fields in high school. So.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah, the one in Saugerties is really a nice field.
Yeah, that was legit. Yeah.
So that'll do it for the inning. The score remains 3-1. Jack McMurray joined us here for the half inning. We'll see if he wants to come back for another half inning or not.
I'll hang around for one more. Yeah.
Glad to have you. All right. We'll be back after this.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gem shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime. Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Off the top of the 7th for the Boonville Lumberjacks.
And welcome back for the top of the 7th inning.
Connor Larson
will lead things off. It'll be Connor Larson, Miguel Gonzalez, and Sebastian Burgos. And we got Jack to stay on for another inning. So, Jack, welcome back again. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hopefully the popcorn's not burning out there without you. But somebody will figure it out, right?
Yeah, I think 10 minutes. I don't think the park will burn down in 10 minutes, but we'll see what happens when I run down there.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
You never know. Stranger things have happened. Were you here? I don't know if that was the year that you were here last year. That was a shot to right field. And he's going to make the grab out there and right is Ethan Hughes for out number 1 of the inning. The night that the transmitter went?
Oh, no, I wasn't here for that.
Yeah, that was scary. It was like you started hearing a bunch of fireworks going off. And it was scary. It was right behind us over here, and it caught on fire, and it started sparking and everything. It was pretty.
Oh wow!
It was pretty cool. Good memory.
Yeah.
Yep, that didn't happen. So here's Miguel Gonzalez now.
Looks like Ian Oschlager has taken over in right field.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yep. Big day for Ian. He committed to Northeastern today, so we send our congrats to him. Transferred from RPI, spent a year there. I think he won Freshman of the Year in their conference and got the transfer up to Northeastern. So great step for him. We loved having him here. He's a great guy. Fun to be around.
You can tell he's just a workhorse, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these guys are because Trav, really, those are the type of guys Trav gets. We always talk about the type of guys that we get here in Mohawk Valley. there's those blue-collar guys that are just going to run through a wall for you. So all the guys we get here are usually like that. And it's awesome because these guys, you can see it in the community, you can see it with the kids, and you can see it on the baseball fields. Because how many games have we gone where it looks like, they could just fold, 5-0, something like that. Next thing you know, the game is 6-5, and they're battling right back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's been his strategy for a while. I mean, he's always said that. When we look at the roster, like eye-popping wise, you don't see a lot of your LSUs, your SEC schools. Right. But I mean, these kids that come in and these guys, like they're here to work and they want to win and they want to get better. And I think that's what you need. Like these guys, they play for each other, as I was saying earlier. Like they come here, they have a good time, they spend a lot of time with each other off the field, which I think that's where the relationships are built. I mean, we spend a lot. I think every off day we've had the last 2 weeks, we've all been going up to MV, playing some golf, or just hanging out at the apartments. So it's big team building and. But at the same time, it's all these guys have time to do. I mean, it's wake up, go to the park, and go to bed.
People don't realize that they're here for the summer. They take the whole summer to come here. It's not a vacation for them. Like they're here to play baseball. They know why they're here. It's a business trip for them, and 90% of the time these kids are playing baseball. Yeah. And they have a couple of days here and there where they have an off day, and those off days are, like you said, are team building things. They're doing things together. It's not just lounging around doing nothing. I mean, yes. Some of these guys need to rest a little bit, and with injuries, but for the most part, they're working.
Yeah, I mean, we always say, it's a sprint, it's not a marathon. I mean, they come in the week of Memorial Day and they're gone by the first week of August. But in that time, they play sometimes over 55, almost 60 games.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is just crazy at this level. And I mean, then when you get rainouts and stuff, you have double headers back to back, and that's just especially for pitchers, but also the position players too. Like it gets tiring, especially when. You're not playing for your school, but you're still playing for a team, but you're not playing for your school, so it can get a little tired and you can lose focus at a time. But these guys have managed to stay focused and lock in for the upcoming stretch.
Yep, there's 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Burgos. Yeah, especially when you come out here, like you said, they come out here in June. It's June and July. August is the first week of August is the playoffs, so it's 2 months of baseball in the hottest part of the year. And there is strike 3.
Great inning from Harris there. Very efficient.
So a nice inning. So again, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Jack McMurray. He's does everything here for us. Keeps this thing running like a well-oiled machine.
Appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Visit the Daily Post and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the Mohawk Valley. Our mission is to generate interest in the area and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our podcast, or sign up for our weekly email newsletter. Stop by today at thedailypost.digital. You'll be glad you did.
University. Excuse me, it's pitch hitter number 14 from Northeastern University, Ian Oschlager.
So we are back for the bottom of the 7th, and Ian Oschlager from Northeastern University. Yes, folks, you heard that correctly. Ian Oschlager has committed to Northeastern University, Division I school, leaving RPI and going to Division I Northeastern. So great move for him. Congratulations. We are so proud of him, and good luck with everything you do. So for now, he's still a dog, so he's at the plate with a 1-0 count. Actually, 2-0 the count to Oschlager. Right-handed batter is Oschlager. So, as they call him, hitting .230 on the season. And there's a strike in the count, 2-1 now to Ian Oschlager. So Dawgs down just 3-1. Need to get the bats going here in the bottom of the 7th. We get to the late innings here. So Dawgs just 2 outs away here to tie this thing up, so nothing out of reach for them. That one was a little out of reach for Oschlager. He went for it, And the count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ian Oschlager. New pitcher on the mound is Max Martzloff. And that is fouled off, and the count remains 2-2. So Martzloff is the pitcher, left-hander for Boonville. 2-2, lefty versus righty here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and down goes Oschlager for out number 1. So Nico Soris, now the batter. He has walked twice here tonight as Soris. He's the catcher for the Dawgs in tonight's ball game. And with 1 out, he is going to step into the batter's box here against Martzloff. So Martzloff is set, delivers, and that is fouled off by Soris. The count 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. All 1 count. Here's the pitch. There is a called strike 2. The count 0-2. And that pitch misses for ball 1. The count now 1-2 to Soris. So Nico Soris with 2 walks here tonight at the plate now with 1 out. Bottom 7, here's the pitch. And that's popped foul. And the count now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1-2 pitch, here it is. And that pitch hit up the middle. And that is good for a base hit for Soris. So Nico Soris with the single. So Justin Hurd now will come to the plate for the Dawgs. So Justin Hurd now the batter here for the Dawgs in the bottom of the 7th. Just 1 out. A runner on first base. Down 3-1. Bottom 7 here, and here is Justin Hurd at the plate. There's the windup in the pitch. That one misses. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes. And there is strike 2 in the count now, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike now to Justin Hurd. And back to first base goes other runner. That is Soris. He slides in safely. One and one now to Hurd. That one misses for ball 2 in the count now, 2-1. So Martzloff, the pitcher here for Boonville in the bottom of the 7th. 3-1 Lumberjacks ahead. Battle of 3rd and 4th place. There's a swing and a miss. And the count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 out. 2-2, and the pitch misses down low. 4-3 in the count now, 3-2. 3-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and he will strike out Will Justin Hurd. And that is out number 2 of the inning. So we go back to the top of the order, and Ethan Hughes will come to the plate now for the Dawgs. So Hughes has popped out in his last at bat, also singled and struck out here tonight. So the runner on first base and 2 outs. Here's Ethan Hughes. They're going to go back to first. And the runner runs back easily is Nico Soris. So Ethan Hughes waits for the pitch, and the first pitch called strike one to Hughes in the count 0-1. So no ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that is outside in the count now, 1-1. A 1-1 pitch, and that is down low, 4-2 in the count now, 2-1. 2-1 pitch now on its way, and that is fouled off in the count now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ethan Hughes at the plate. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And called strike 3 to Ethan Hughes. And he strikes out looking to end the inning. So after 7, the score remains 3-1 Lumberjacks back for the top of the 8th.
We know pools. Garrity Pools and Spa are the experts in building and creating backyard memories for thousands of families. Garrity takes pride in offering only the highest quality in-ground Pacific pool and radiant above-ground pools that are built for upstate New York weather. Garrity offers only the best with BioGuard chemicals to keep your pool sparkling clean. Visit the professionals at Garrity Pools and Spa, 234 South Caroline Street, Herkimer, or GarrityPools.com.
And the fans welcome back for the top of the 8th. A little confusion about who's where. What that old comedy, who's at first? So Devin Moran will lead things off, and Ian Oschlager is in right field, and we believe Ethan Hughes has moved to center. So Drew Harris delivers the pitch. There's a bunt down the third base line, and it's going to die right on the third base line, and a base hit there for Moran to start things off here for the Lumberjacks. So Andy Perez, the top of the order here for Boonville. So Andy Perez now the batter for Boonville. Drew Harris looks at the runner at first base. Big righty is Harris. And he's going to wind and deliver here. And that one is hit to third. They go to second, back to first, and safe at first base. So they get the runner at second. They get the force at second, and Perez reaches on the fielder's choice.
Shortstop number 2 from Marshall University, Angel Santiago.
So Angel Santiago now the batter here for Boonville with the 1 out and a runner on first base. So Santiago, the batter here. And new baseball going out. Not sure what's going on. So it looks like they traded some baseballs, even though Harris didn't ask for a new one. Not sure who did. But regardless, a pearly new white baseball is in play. So with a 1 out, here is Angel Santiago, and they throw back to first. And Perez slides back quickly. So Santiago has struck out looking, popped out, and grounded out here tonight. Harris delivers the pitch. There's a runner, takes off. Here's a throw, and it is high. And the runner is safe. So 0-1 the count to Santiago. Well, now the runner on second base for the Lumberjacks. 0-1 now is Santiago, and then Triplett up next on deck for Boonville. Harris looks at the runner at second base. He's not being held on. And here's the pitch. And that is popped foul, and the count now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Santiago. 3-1 is the score here. Top of the 8th inning. Dawgs 2 innings left to try to tie this game up. Again, sitting in 3rd place right now is Mohawk Valley. 4th place, Boonville. And they go back on a close play. So as I said, Mohawk Valley in 3rd, Boonville in 4th. 1 game separates the 2. So no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Bottom 5, Utica 2, Socrates 1. And again, back to first they go. Another close play as he slides back in. The count remains 0-2 here to Santiago. Seems like forever ago that Santiago got a pitch thrown to him. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Here comes Harris now. Let's see if he throws. Taking his time as Harris. This time he's going. Runner takes off and no throw. Actually, foul ball. And the count 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to the batter Santiago. Runner back to second base after the foul ball. And he was running all the way there. So Harris again looks at the runner at second. Takes another glance, take a long look. He's going to look one more time. And he's going to go back to second base. And he hits the batter. And that one hit the batter, got away. No balls and 2 strikes. That one hit the runner. And he is going to stay there at second. So luckily that ball didn't get too far away, as it was picked up by the Dawgs second baseman, keeping it nearby. 0-2, here we go again. Again, big lead at second base. And let's see here what happens. And he's going to step off again and throw. And safe again. So Harris doesn't like how many steps he's taken over there. So Santiago 0-2 still. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's fouled off. And a First base coach with a grab. How about that? Probably saved our cameraman down there. No balls and 2 strikes. And here's Santiago. So Santiago hasn't seen a pitch in forever. When he got one, tried to take the hand off of his first base coach. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Here's the throw to third base, and they got him at third. So all that work, and they got the guy out at third, so they kept him close enough. So good work as they get 2 outs there as the batter was out and the runner was out, and that'll do it for the top of the 8th inning. The score remains 3-1. Dogs looking to come back.
At GPO, we understand every member's journey is unique. That's why our employees take the time to listen, understand, and deliver personalized solutions that fit your life. From budgeting to borrowing, we're with you every step of the way. Your journey, our commitment. GPO Federal Credit Union, committed to excellence.
Some people might think that the tire shop in Canajoharie only does tires. Nah, that's only their name. The tire shop does so much more. Oil changes, custom wheels, interstate batteries, computer wheel balancing, tire repair service and recapping, auto accessories, tire chains, ag bags, bale and net wrap, and much more. And when it comes to tires, the tire shop in Canajoharie also does so much more. Lawn and garden tires, off the road, backhoe, loader tires, log skidder, agricultural, ATV and UTV tires, and on the farm tire services. The tire shop is a multi-line new tire dealer. That means they're quite a choice for top brand name tires for your car, truck, SUV, semi-tractor, and trailer, all at great prices. They're also a Goodyear national accounts and state contract pricing location. Financing available too. Find more information and a list of services at thetireshop.biz. Thetireshop.biz. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 6. Yes, Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Tire Shop, 155 Erie Boulevard in Canajoharie.
Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
And welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning. And Jaden Ross will lead things off here for the Dogs. Dogs find themselves down 3-1. They just need 2 runs to tie this ball game up. So Jaden Ross will give it a shot, followed by Tyler Jones and Thomas Moss. And that one is hit too short and picks it up, throws on over for out number 1. So Jaden Ross with a ground out to the shortstop for out number 1, and Tyler Jones now will come to the plate. So Tyler Jones now the batter for Mohawk Valley. 395 hitter with 2 home runs is Jones. And here comes the first pitch to Jones. And that one misses for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Dogs down 3-1. Big game here for both teams. Battle of 3rd and 4th. And that one is fouled off. Fans, don't forget the Dogs will not be back here to Vets Memorial Park until next Thursday. So next Thursday we'll be back here. We'll be back on the air next Thursday. But they will be local. So make sure you check out the schedule, see where they're playing, and go out and catch a game maybe on the road and help cheer your Diamond Dogs on the road. They need fan support everywhere they go. They would love to see you guys at their away games. So 2 balls and 1 strike. I know our guy Ezzo will be working the midnight oil next week or so. So if you see him, give him a drink or something because he's going to be tired. 2-1. He's going to be working his regular job and dogs and everything else. So he'll be going nonstop. He's always going nonstop during the summer, even non-summer where he's involved in a lot of the Herkimer teams here locally. So we love Ez. Herkimer loves Ez. He's a Herkimer guy through and through. He's also a Syracuse guy. That's where he grew up. That's why he's got his little loyalty to that hockey team out in Syracuse. 2-1. We'll call him the hockey team out west. 2-1, and that one hit back to the pitcher and out to the outfield for a base hit. So Tyler Jones with the single up the middle. And Thomas Moss now will come to the plate. And no, we got a pinch hitter coming up.
Pinch hitter is number 6 from Seton Hall, Ryan Sternad.
So Ryan Sternad is now the pinch hitter coming in for Thomas Moss. So here's Sternad. A right-handed batter is Sternad. He's got a runner on first base with 1 out. Dogs down just 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th, so they got to put up these 2 runs within these next 2 innings here. It's certainly a challenge that the Dogs have done before, and I'm sure will give it their best to do it again. So here's Sternad at the plate. And the pitch is high for ball 1. Sternad hitting 188 on the season here for the Dogs. 1-0 the count. Here's the windup and the pitch. And down low for ball 2 in the count, 2-0. Not sure if I mentioned it, but a new pitcher is in the game here for Boonville. That pitcher is Riley Havenstab. So Havenstab has been pitching here in this bottom of the 8th for Boonville, and that one fouled off, and the count 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Sternad. John Ramsey on deck for the Dogs. Just 1 out here for the Dogs in the bottom of the 8th. Dogs looking to chip away here, down 3-1. So Sternad back in the box, ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's fouled off. And the count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 pitch now on its way to Ryan Sternad. And he fouls that one off, and the count remains 2-2. So still lots of kids playing in the playground area and on tennis courts, playing a little bit of basketball. Looks like some kids just tossing some balls around, having fun. That's what it's meant to be. This is the summer. Kids get to enjoy themselves here in Little Falls. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and Sternad strikes out for out number 2.
Playing for your Dogs, shortstop number 34 from Trinity University,
John Ramsey from Trinity University. The shortstop will come to the plate. So Ramsey now with 2 outs, runner on first. Ramsey represents the tying run at the plate here for the Dogs in the bottom of the 8th. Back to first base goes the pitcher. Ramsey hitting .273, still looking for his first home run of the season. It is Ramsey. No better time than now with 2 outs, down 2, with a runner on first base here in the bottom of the 8th. Habenstrop delivers the pitch down the middle, and the count 0-2, I believe. Oh, my bad. 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that one is hit to third. They throw across, and he stretches out. And safe at first base is the runner.
Now batting for your Dogs, first baseman number 23.
So John Ramsey with the single. Stretches that one out and is safe. So now runners on first and second here for the Dogs. So Brendan Hawk, the batter now for the Dogs here with still 2 outs. Dogs down 2. So Hawk hitting through 230. He's also looking for his first home run of the year. And Hawk puts that one into foul territory down the third base line. The count 0-1. So again, runners on first and second here for the Dogs. And the Hawk would represent the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th. The Dogs looking for it. At least 2, but we'll take 1, we'll take 3. And that one comes in cross for a strike. Now quickly the count 0-2 now. So no balls and 2 strikes here to Brendan Hawk, the first baseman. Here's the pitch to Hawk. And that one just misses. Close one, 1-2. So ball and 2 strikes now to Justin Hawk. Jumps back in the box, does Hawk. Again, down 2 runs here, bottom of the 8th. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And then it's fouled off by Hawk as he continues the battle at the plate with a 1-2 count. Starting to cool down a bit here tonight. Finally, some of this warm, humid air starting to feel a little cool. 1-2 now to Hawk. Having Straub's ready to go. 1-2 pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out. They leave 2 runners stranded. And we head to the top of the 9th. The score remains 3-1. Boonville ahead.
Spring into action and get started on your home projects with Little Falls Lumber. Get your free estimate today for that project, big or small. Little Falls Lumber. They're always happy to help.
Stop by one of our 3 convenient locations and speak to one of our knowledgeable salesmen about your next project.
Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
And we're back, folks. Top of the 9th here in Little Falls. Dogs down 3-1. And new pitcher on the mound for Mohawk Valley is Aiden Colagrande, big left-hander for the Dogs. And he is ready. And he delivers the first pitch here to Chase Triplett for ball one. So 1 ball, no strikes. So Colagrande looking to keep this game at 3-1 and give the Dogs a chance in the bottom of the ninth here. So 1-0 count here to Triplett. Here's Colagrande looking in. And he's going to wind and deliver outside for ball 2, and the count now 2-0. So 2 balls in, no strikes here to Triplett. It'll be Triplett, McKay, and McLemore. Here's the 2-0 pitch outside for ball 3, and the count now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes here to Triplett as Colagrande looks to battle back here. Here's the pitch, and down the middle, called strike 1. The count now 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike as Colagrande works his way back here down the count 3-1. Here's the pitch to the batter, and there's ball 4, and Triplett will take his base. So Carter McKay now the batter for Boonville. Boonville with a runner on first base here. A 3-1 lead, looking for some insurance runs as they head into the bottom of the ninth after this inning. Opposite is what the Dogs are looking for. There's a swing and a foul tip at the count 0-1 now. So no balls and 1 strike to McKay. McKay is a left-handed batter facing the lefty in Colagrande. Colagrande sets. He's got that runner on first and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count quickly 0-2 now. So no balls and 2 strikes here to McKay. So lefty versus lefty. Let's see who wins this battle here against the 2 lefties here. Colagrande sets. Kicks, winds, delivers, and puts it in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes, Dogs. Don't want to allow any runs here in the top of the ninth as they find themselves down 3-1. Very manageable bottom of the ninth effort for the Dogs. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3 outside corner. And that gets McKay. So Jeremiah McLemore now the batter. He is a righty. He singled in his last at bat here tonight, but he's going to face Colagrande the first time here tonight with a runner on first and 1 out. So McLemore is ready. Colagrande is ready. Here's the pitch. And that's popped up foul. And the count 0-1. Well, no balls and 1 strike, 1 out. Home plate umpire wipes off home plate quickly. And here we go. Colagrande sets, looks at that runner at first base. Now he's going to deliver. And puts it in the dirt. Cerise jumps out quickly, making sure the runner stays put. The count 1-1. A ball and a strike, 1 out. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count now 1-2 to McLemore. So Colagrande looking to win this battle here, 1-2. Here we go. Colagrande sets, winds, delivers, and a little chopper to second base, steps on the bag over to first, and they turn the double play, just what the Dogs needed to get out of the inning, and we head to the bottom of the ninth. Dogs with a chance to tie it or walk it off in the bottom of the ninth.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. This day starts with this one. Because no matter how unforgettable the extraordinary days are, there's a lot of every day that leads up to them. You can count on NBT Bank to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
And welcome back, fans. How exciting. Bottom of the ninth. Dawgs down just 3-1. And they are looking to tie this game up or win it in walk-off fashion here in the bottom of the ninth, or at least tie it up. And it'll be Ian Oschlager leading things off here for the Dawgs in the bottom of the ninth. And here we go. Riley Habenstraw is the pitcher for Boonville. First pitch is in the dirt, and the count 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Oschlager. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that one misses for ball 2, and the count now 2-0. So 2-0 to Oschlager. Due up is Oschlager at the plate right now. Nico Cerise and Justin Hurd. Unless we get any pinch hitters in there, we'll see. That one misses. I'm sorry, that one catches the plate, and the count 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike now to Oschlager. Habenstraw is set. He's going to kick, wind, and deliver. And that was hit into center field. And that starts things off for the Dawgs here in the bottom of the ninth. Ian Oschlager with the single.
Now batting for your Dawgs, catcher number 5 from Queens College, Nico Soares.
So here's Nico Soares, the batter for the Dawgs. Nobody out. And he represents the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the ninth. So Soares ready to go in the batter's box. Habenstraw is ready to run on first is Oschlager. In the dirt, ball 1. So fans who have stuck around, very exciting here, bottom of the ninth. Good crowd still remains here on hand to watch the Dawgs and Boonville. And back to first they go, and runner slides back is Oschlager. The count remains 1-0 to Soares. A 1-0 pitch from Habenstraw, and here it comes. It is high, and the count now 2-0. So 2-0. Now the count. Dawgs down 3-1, bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch. And that ball gets through for another base hit, and that'll put runners on first and second here for the Dawgs. And still nobody out.
Keep it going. Now batting for your Dawgs, third baseman, number 27 from SUNY Albany, Justin Hurd.
So Justin Hurd now the batter for Mohawk Valley. And there's no activity in the bullpen, so it looks like Habenstraw is the guy. Nobody out, 3-1 the score. Runners on first and second. Winning run now at the plate in Justin Hurd. And they go back to second. The ball gets away into center field. And it gets away from the center fielder. They're going to send one runner. And it goes all the way to the fence. And they're going to send the other runner. He's going to score, and this ball game is tied. Unbelievable. This game is tied as that ball was thrown to second base, and it got all the way past the center fielder, went to the wall. Both runs scored. This game is tied. No outs for the Dawgs. Wow. Holy cow. What a sequence of events. That was remarkable. So now Justin Hurd at the plate, chance to win the ball game. How quickly things have changed. And they throw high, and Hurd has to back off. So Hurd with 1 home run on the season. And that one misses, and 1-1 the count. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Justin Hurd. Yeah, 1-1. Yep. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that is down low. 4 ball, 2 in the count, 2-1. Well, bottom of the order here for the Dawgs. Nobody out. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that is hit hard to left field into the gap. And he's going to head to second base. And Justin Hurd with a stand-up double. And things now Prime opportunity here for the Dogs to win this thing with Ethan Hughes at the plate. Runner in scoring position. And so the Dogs found their way all the way back. Can they finish this here in the bottom of the ninth? Nobody out. Ethan Hughes, the batter here for Mohawk Valley. We'll talk about exciting baseball here in Little Falls tonight at Vets Park. Wow. So a runner at second base for the Dogs. And here we go. And pulls back on the bunt. Ethan Hughes. So Hughes, a single will win this thing. 1-0 the count. Everyone playing on the grass shows bunt again, pulls it back, and the count now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Again, shows bunt, pulls it back again, and they throw over. No, they do not throw over. And the count now 2-1. So first baseman playing on the grass, almost by the pitcher's mound. And the third baseman playing just on the grass. And shows bunt again, puts it in the air, and it's going to drop in front of the third baseman, and that does not move the runner over. So not what they were looking for there, as that ball was a pop-up, and the runner was not able to move over to third. So Jaden Ross now will come to the plate. So Ross at the plate. The winning run at second base, 1 out. So Ross looking to put this one in play. And if it's deep enough, the Dogs will win this thing. So here is Ross. And here's the pitch. First pitch to Ross, called strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike. So Ross still looking for his first hit of the ball game here. No better time here for Jaden Ross. 0-1. 1 out, runner on second. That's the winning run for the Dogs. Here's the windup, the pitch, and down low for ball 1, and the count even at 1-1. So a ball and a strike. And good crowd here still in attendance, hoping they can cheer these Dogs on the victory here momentarily. 1-1. There's the pitch. And that one is popped up into right field, into foul territory, and it is out of play. And Ross will continue to battle at the plate. So 1-2 down to Ross. And Tyler Jones is on deck. Only 1 out here for the Dogs. So here we go, 1-2 to Jaden Ross. Again, that runner at second base represents the winning run for the Dogs. And here's Haberstrand looking in, waiting to deliver on the 1-2 to Jaden Ross. Here's the windup and the pitch. High to Ross, the count 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Dogs need just 1 run, 1 hit. And that ball is hit over the head into right field, and they're going to send the runner. And here is the play at the plate, and Dogs win. The Dogs have won in walk-off fashion. They've come back down 3-1, scored all of the runs in the bottom of the 9th, and they win this thing 4-3, and the Dogs take hold of 3rd place. So congratulations to the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs on a game well played and a victory here for Mohawk Valley. Thanks again, fans. Make sure you come on back here Thursday night as the Utica Blue Sox come to town as the playoff hunt continues here for Mohawk Valley. Have a good night. I'm Pete Pagliaro. Thank you for listening.
ready to play. We're all suited up, we got a game today. We're gonna play fast and we're gonna play hard, gonna knock that ball right out of the yard. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs! We got a guy on third and nobody out. It's time to stand up, yes, it's time to shout. We're playing some ball and we're having some fun. Come on, boys, let's score that run. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs! We're out on the field and we're ready to play. We're all suited up, we got a game today. We're gonna play fast and we're gonna play hard. Gonna knock that ball right out of the yard. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs! 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 Don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs!